Hi everyone, welcome back to the Dr. Sia channel. In the video here today, I'm talking about yet another relationship structure that I call the teacher paradox. Let's get started. So the teacher paradox is made up of a relationship structure where a person with an avoidant attachment is in a relationship with a person who has a disorganized attachment. And why do I call this the teacher relationship? Well, because the person with a disorganized attachment is going to seem, by and large, chaotic. They're not going to have healthy regulation strategies. They're not going to be able to care for themselves, meaning that they will often go towards violence, towards unsafety, towards harm, towards abuse, while they're trying to do is just be well. Now, in the face of, at face value, when a person who has an avoidant attachment sees all that, sees all the chaos that's going on, they believe themselves to have a solution. They believe themselves to be able to help the disorganized partner that they have through teaching them to be more avoidant. See, the avoidant person doesn't realize that their own structure is not chaotic, but predictably unhealthy. Predictably, they think that through things like avoidance, time, self-exclusion, self-isolation, defense mechanisms, that they can just make things go away. Now, they, believing that this is the only way to be, will try to help, more often than not, in my experience, try to then help their disorganized partner go, if you could just be avoidant like me, if you could just appropriately self-isolate, down-regulate, which really is not suppress, repress, forget, distract, then you could be just as cool and calm as me. However, when we think about it, more often than not, yes, the depressed person is anxious, the disorganized person is anxious, dysregulated, chaotic, but the avoidant person is typically depressed. So here we have a person who's typically depressed trying to help a person who is chaotic, believing that they have the skills required to be a teacher for that person. Now, initially, it starts looking like it's working. The avoidant person starts feeling a bit proud of themselves because the disorganized person is seemingly being better at isolating. However, over time, none of these two patterns hold. And what you get becomes somewhat of a co-abusive relationship where the disorganized person, it becomes this paradox, right? Where the disorganized person, who was now a student of the teacher, starts trying to teach the teacher that they seem to be emotionally cold and callous, that they seem to be unaffected by anything. Now the avoidant person starts actually realizing, or not, that that may actually be the case. The teacher becomes the student becomes the teacher, but of course, again, a person with a disorganized attachment cannot hold that position for too long. They don't actually have any regulation efforts. They just want the person to feel, because they have so many feelings. It seems like, but you don't feel anything. I feel everything. You should feel some things. Things would be easier in our relationship. Now it paradoxically changes. The student becomes the teacher, and again, it doesn't work. Because what the disorganized person is talking about is not genuine feelings. What they're talking about is chaos. The avoidant person can't hold this chaotic position for too long and backs up right back again into the avoidant position. No, you should be avoidant. You should be dismissive of yourself. You should ignore. You should self-isolate, and so on and so forth. Now, if you're in this relationship pattern, or you know somebody who's in this relationship pattern, or you have a patient who's in this relationship pattern, therapy is the #1 solution to something like this. Individuals therapies here, I'm not talking about couples therapy. Individual therapy and then couples therapy can come later or simultaneously as individual therapy is happening. That's really the key here. Really, the evidence states there's not a lot of hope outside of that. So, therapy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please press a like if you liked it. Subscribe, comment. Do let me know if you want to know more. These are very, very, very short snippets of what I know about these kind of relationship structures. If you want to know more about this teacher paradox, let me know, and I'm more than happy to make a really long expose on it. A 30-minute expose on this relationship pattern or whatever. Just let me know, and I appreciate it. I'll see you again for the next one.